Level 1. The Dreamer. You are 19 years old, in a small city where nothing you want exists. You've been performing since you were 7. School plays, community theater, a regional commercial for a furniture store that aired on local television and made you feel, for the first time, like you were visible in a way that mattered. Your drama teacher told you that you had something. You believed her more than you believed anyone else who ever spoke to you. You tell your parents you're moving to Los Angeles. Your father asks what the backup plan is. You say acting is the plan. The silence that follows that answer is its own kind of answer. You pack 2 suitcases and a box of things you can't leave behind. You sublet a room in a house in Burbank with 3 other people you found on the internet. You arrive on a Tuesday in September when the heat is still brutal and the city is enormous and indifferent, and nothing like the version of it you carried in your head for 2 years. You stand on a sidewalk outside your new house with your 2 suitcases and look down a street that looks like every other street, and you feel something you won't admit to anyone. Not excitement. Terror dressed up as excitement. You go inside. You unpack. You start over. Level 2. The Nobody. You wait tables at a restaurant in Studio City because the hours are flexible and the tips are enough, and every other person working there is also an actor. You trade audition stories over side work. You compare representation, or the lack of it. You workshop monologues in each other's apartments on Sunday afternoons because classes cost money you don't have. You submit to everything. Student films, unpaid shorts, background work, low-budget web series that film in someone's garage on weekends. You do them all. Not because they advance your career in any measurable way, because performing is the only time you feel like yourself and you will take any version of it available to you. You get headshots taken. $400 you put on a credit card. You sign with a small commercial agency that submits you for regional spots and occasionally a co-star role on a network procedural. Your first audition for a speaking part. You drive 40 minutes, wait 90 minutes, perform for 3 minutes, and never hear back. You do this 60 times in your first year. You book twice. 1 commercial that never airs. 1 line in a show that gets cut in editing. You call your mother on Sunday nights. She asks how it's going. You say fine. You are both pretending. Level 3. The Extra. Background work pays $175 a day and requires nothing from you except your body in a specific location, wearing specific clothes, performing a pantomime of living while the real scene happens elsewhere. You are furniture with a pulse. You know this. You do it anyway because the set teaches you things no class can. You watch lead actors work from across a room. You study how they use stillness, how they find the camera without looking for it, how they make something small feel enormous. A director notices you standing near the craft services table between takes. He asks if you've read for anything. You tell him about the auditions, the callbacks that didn't land. He hands you his card. Nothing comes from it for 4 months. Then his casting director calls. You read for a small role, a scene, 4 lines, a character with no last name. You book it. 4 lines. You prepare for 2 weeks. You know every word in your sleep. On the day, you do the scene and the director says it once more, and then moves on. You are on set for 6 hours, and on screen for 40 seconds. You watch the episode alone in your apartment, and pause on yourself and sit in the quiet of that moment for a long time. Level 4. The Small Role. You get a manager. A real one. Not someone operating out of a shared office space in Van Nuys. She has clients you've heard of. She tells you directly that you are raw but specific, and that specific is more valuable than polished in the current market. You trust her because she said something true instead of something comfortable. The roles get slightly larger. A recurring guest spot on a cable drama. A supporting part in an independent film that shoots in New Mexico for 3 weeks. You live in a motel and eat at a diner every morning, and spend your evenings running lines alone in a room with bad lighting, and you are completely happy in a way that confuses you. This is the version of the work stripped of everything except the work. You remember it later as the purest time. The independent film gets into festivals. A review mentions you by name. 1 sentence. Quietly commanding screen presence. You read it standing in a parking lot and have to put your phone in your pocket and breathe for a moment before you can continue with your day. Level 5. The Supporting Actor. You are 26. You have a recognizable face now. Not famous. Recognizable. People on the street occasionally stop mid-sentence and say, "You look like someone they know." You are the answer to a question they can't quite finish. You've been in 4 films and 2 series. None of them made you a name. All of them made you a career. Casting directors know you now. Your audition rooms are quieter and less desperate than they were 3 years ago. You walk in with the knowledge that you belong there, even when the part isn't right for you. That confidence is not arrogance. It is the residue of hundreds of rejections that didn't stop you, and a handful of bookings that told you something true about what you're capable of. You still don't have health insurance through the union most months. You are still calculating your checking account before agreeing to a weekend trip. The gap between what your career looks like from the outside and what it feels like from inside your bank account is wider than anyone would believe. Level 6, the breakout. The script arrives on a Thursday. A lead role, a real one. A studio film with a director whose last 3 projects you've seen twice each. Your manager calls it the one. You've heard that before and learned not to trust it. You audition anyway, and 3 days later your manager calls back, and the tone in her voice is different from any previous call. The film releases and your face is on a poster, and the poster is on the side of a building in New York City, and your mother sends you a photograph of herself standing in front of it. You look at that photograph more than you look at any review. The film performs. Your performance gets mentioned in a way that separates you from the project and attaches your name to a quality that the industry now associates specifically with you. Something shifts. You feel it before you understand it. Level 7, the star. Offers come now. You don't audition anymore. Scripts arrive and your team evaluates them, and you choose. The choosing is its own education. You learn quickly that the most powerful thing available to you is the ability to say no, and that saying it carelessly is the beginning of a very specific kind of career decline. You are paid more money per film than your father earned in his entire working life. That fact visits you regularly in ways you don't always know how to process. You try to stay connected to the work itself and find that the architecture of Stardom makes that harder than it sounds. Level 8, the ghost. You are 45. The franchise ended. The big budgets moved toward younger faces. The industry changed and kept changing, and you changed with it, or tried to. You returned to independent film. Smaller budgets, more control, more honesty. A performance in a quiet drama that nobody saw in theaters gets talked about in ways nothing from your franchise years ever did. A 19-year-old from a small city emails your production company about shadowing on set. You read the email yourself. You recognize the specific terror in the phrasing, the wanting that's too large to fully hide. You write back. You tell them to come on Tuesday. They have no idea what they're walking into. They'll figure it out. They always do. The cycle continues. Subscribe to stay with us. Every video is another level. And drop a comment below, tell us what level you're at right now. We read every single one.